All right, welcome to another episode of Sports Therapy. I am your host, F.H. Jr. A little bit about the show. Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. is a caller driven show where callers will have 2 minutes. You can call in and rip, rant, and kick knowledge about all things NFL. And the number is always 940 329 4110. Yes, yes, yes. And our show is always sponsored by Crown Royal. That is my drink, and that is our sponsor. But let me go over the rules for the rule breakers. On Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr., man, we don't talk politics. Man, I don't give a fat rat's butt what the Republicans are doing, nor do I care what the Democrats are doing. We don't talk sexual orientation. All are welcome to call in and participate in the show. If you are a fan and a friend of football, you are a friend of mine. Also, we don't talk race relations. We don't do that. No, this is the only show where your opinions are your opinions, and we give advice. But man, we do not give sound advice. No, we don't. Now, I would say the show is probably rated PG-13, where we do, sometimes the conversation can get emotional and a little salty, so we're rated PG-13. So parents, let your kid listen at your own apparel. And as usual, I am always rocking the standard uniform, augmented by, normally it's augmented by the official hat that let the world know that I am as neutral as Switzerland. Although I am a card-carrying Redskin Commander football team fan, I'm always rocking the cool beard. But as you can see, the standard uniform is different. I am decked out in the holiday standard uniform. Yes, as you can see, because this is a Christmas show. Yeah, we know Christmas was a couple of days ago, but we did not do a holiday show. Didn't get to do one. Normally, we run Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. on Christmas Day, but we decided we'll do something a little different this year. But we are having the Christmas show or the holiday show tonight. As you can see, I am decked out in the standard red uniform, augmented by official Redskin Christmas hat. Now, if you want to send me some gifts, I'm always taking gifts. Yes, indeed, indeed, indeed. But let's talk about the show, man. Because the object of the show is always where callers will have 2 minutes to call in and rip, rant, kick knowledge about all things NFL. We do that, yes, we do. But we are starting to narrow this thing down. When I say narrow it down, we're starting to get into the playoffs. In fact, I got a caller coming in, and I got a strange feeling. It's a Raven fan. Sports Therapy.
Sports Therapy, F.H. Jr. Hey, man. Hey, this is the extraordinary. You gotta put on. Hey, I hope you don't get copyright infringement. Somehow you gotta put that Shador Perfect Timing song on there. Hey, shout out to Prime. Perfect timing. Shador saved the Ravens season and possibly Harbaugh's job. I'm winning today because the Steelers were more concerned about Myles Garrett getting the sack record than they were winning the game. Hey, man, a lot's going to be at stake. Number one, if the Baltimore would have been running Derrick Henry like this the whole season,
yes,
we would have been the best team in the league. We need to arrest John Harbaugh instead of Chauncey Billups. Because that was criminal on the side in the fourth quarter against the Patriots. Next up, you know what's going down. You know what's at stake. Ravens at Steelers next Sunday. Winner take all. Loser probably going to lose their head coach.
Hey, man.
You know what it is, but the greatest rivalry in NFL. Somebody getting carted off. It ain't going to be my quarterback.
It ain't going to be me.
But, and Lamar Jackson off of a week arrest. Come on, man. Hey, man, look. Look, man. This is what we made of, man. I swear to God, 25 carries minimum. Minimum. Derrick Henry, 36 carries, 214 yards, 4 touchdowns, 6 yards a carry.
That man was in that man was in beast mode.
Against a legitimate team. It wasn't no cupcake defense. So, hey, man, look. Also, salute to Tyler Huntley, man, for keeping the ship afloat. See, that's why y'all team got to have backups like Marcus Mariota, and we got to have backups like Tyler Huntley.
Yes, I agree.
Starting quarterback who is a runner, go because there's a strong possibility running quarterbacks go out. You need somebody who can come in and run the exact same offense.
The same
I
offense.
knew we was probably taking when we started putting Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush?
The gold rush.
What?
The gold standard.
Ain't no way. Hey, also, shout out to Josh Johnson for keeping y'all in the game, too. Y'all actually should have won that game. I don't know how. But, hey, man, we win it. Also, the last thing I would like to point out, just one more thing, a negative about the NFL.
Hey, B, let me jump in here real quick. Where you calling from? Because we got a little bit of some static in the background.
Hold on, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I'm just sitting in the car.
Okay.
But last thing I would like to say, man, is about the Raiders. The fact that they told Max Crosby, we're going to shut you down the last 2 games, when clearly he was healthy enough to play the last 2 games, just so they can tank, I don't like that, man. I don't like that. Because this is what's wrong. You can't sit here and tell us, oh, they don't want to play. Oh, they don't want to practice. They're getting too much money. Because we've seen in the NBA how they're botching players playing games so they can keep them under 65 games so they don't have to play them the Supermax because of the luxury tax.
Right.
And the players, we gonna shut you down the last 2 games? Nah, I ain't with that, bro. I ain't rolling with that. And that's all I got to say for today, man.
Now, hold on now, brother. Let's go back to the game your Ravens against the Green Bay Packers. And I will tell you this. I was watching that game, man, and brother, I watched the entire game. And I'm saying to myself, Snoop Huntley, that boy played his butt off. He made some money. He made some money. But going back, piggyback on what you were saying, it just made me. I asked the same question: where has this King Henry been? Where has this King Henry been?
But what's crazy is that we could have been doing this all along. We'd be BSing on these play calls. Because when he's in rhythm, the thing is, even if it's 1 yard, even if it's 2 yards, Derrick Henry weighs on a defense,
yes.
And he tires the defense out. So when that 3rd and 4th quarter comes, they don't want to hit him no more.
I want to bring you to, and I don't know if you, and I know you. I don't know if you watched the entire game. I'm just gonna assume there was this one particular play where I think it was in either 4th quarter. And Derrick Henry was running the ball down the sidelines, and he just kind of there was this DB cornerback, maybe in a safety, and he just
stiff arm.
Yes, I was like, my God,
what?
And brother, he sent my boy back about 3 or 4 feet, and that's why, brother, you don't want to hit that guy later on in the games, man. You just don't.
And I don't understand sometimes what Harbaugh and Todd Monken are thinking. The whole offense is predicated on running the ball. We don't have a receiving core nor the offensive line for us to set hut and just keep passing. Because I've seen this. When Josh Allen plays, their coaching staff gives him full autonomy. If you don't see the first read, go. We don't have time to think. That's what Lamar used to do, but for some reason they have him thinking too much. No. Lamar Jackson is the most gifted athlete to play the quarterback position we have ever seen and probably ever will. He's right up there with, I would say, him, Michael Vick, and Cam Newton. Ain't no way. If somebody ain't open, go. Because what happens, Lamar, you putting pressure on the defense, you keeping the chains moving and the clock going. And then when Lamar Jackson is in the read option and Derrick Henry gets it going, defenses don't know what to do. Now it opens up the play action pass. Now it opens different things up. When we just come out in 4 wide, okay, their number one receiver is Andrews. And we just going to let Zay Flowers catch enough passes until he screws himself. Which happens every time. Like, bro, you had texted me and said he did it again. He did it again.
Yeah.
Bro, but that's my thing with offenses, and that's why when you look at some of the other quarterbacks in the league, their coaching staff sticks to what works, and they keep going. Trust your quarterback. What does he do well? Cool. With Pat Mahomes and with Joe Burrow, you have to have multiple reads because they're pocket passers. With Josh Allen and with Lamar Jackson, how do they put pressure on the defense? One read and go.
Yes.
Now the defense is in limbo.
Yes.
And that's what was wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles earlier this season. The team said, we're just going to shut down Saquon Barkley and we're just going to make Jalen Hurts be a pocket passer. So, hey, man, look, I'm just so proud of Shedeur Sanders. Perfect timing. Hey, man.
Let me ask you this. 2 things. If you're the owner of the Browns, if you hadn't seen enough of Shedeur Sanders to where you want to start asking questions of because somewhere somebody did not want that young man to succeed, and I definitely tell you, it wasn't the GM because the GM picked him. Now either the coach, and I can guarantee it wasn't. I still don't think it was the owner because owners are there to make money, and if you're an owner, if you got Shedeur on your team, you know that you automatically are locked in to selling merchandise. You automatically locked into some of your Brown games are going to be televised. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're an owner, you're making money. You know what I'm saying? So, who dropped the ball when it came to Shedeur not getting to play? Because we've seen enough of him to know that there's something there. We always have known it now. Come on, man. Talk to me.
And that's why I told you a long time ago, I said Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback in the draft. I said he should have went number 1. This is no diss to Cam Ward. Now, the problem is we all saw the NFL colluded against him for sure. They were mad at Deion. Cool. But now you have a quarterback who you got in the 5th round for cheap.
Yes.
Who should have and could have been the number 1 overall pick. So now, in addition, this man was inactive, 3rd-string quarterback and had the highest selling jersey in the league. You have somebody who the fans love, the locker room love. They had a great rookie class.
And
Bannon is great.
And you can market him.
Jackson is great. And you can market him. Just build around Shedeur. Get him an offensive line and a number 1 receiver, please. And somebody please get Myles Garrett some help. My goodness. But this is what Cleveland needs. You've had Cleveland, this is the 3rd athlete you've had. You've had Jim Brown, you had LeBron James, now you have Shedeur Sanders. This opportunity doesn't come Don't give me the BS talking about it's open tryouts and we gonna see and we still got Deshaun Watson. I don't want to hear that. That is your number one quarterback for the rest of the decade. Stefanski, he has to go.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. That was gonna be my next question.
He has to go.
Can those two exist in Cleveland next year for the Browns?
It ain't about can they make it work. It's about they better make it work.
But
because it's not. Hey, my thing is the owner and the GM. If Stefanski don't want to be there, bring in a head coach and an offensive coordinator who 100% believe that Shedeur Sanders is the guy.
So do you bring in his dad? Do you bring in his dad as head coach?
No, I don't think so because Shedeur has done great paving his own way this year. Also, with Dion and health-wise, I don't think that'll do right, and I don't think that's necessary, and I don't think he should take away shine from his son.
Yeah, because that would be too big of a circus.
It would, and the crazy thing about it is, it would require them to win at a faster rate than they have to.
I got you, and I agree. So, but now let me ask you this question. Because there every once in a while you still see the rookie mistakes that Shedeur makes. Just like there was one play where he should have just threw it out of bounds and lived to play another play. But I think he tried to make a play. It's like, dude, and he just threw it up. I'm like, come on, Shedeur, what are you doing? You know better. And even the announcers said, okay, he knows better, but sometimes. But my point was, if you had let him play earlier, he would have got a lot of that the rookie, some of that rookie stuff out. And I think that's where, and I think the Browns probably would have won a lot more games. I just think when they made the trade.
The crazy thing is, with as bad as our division was this year, Shedeur technically would have been the healthiest quarterback the whole year. They might have had a chance. Like, because think about how bad this whole division was this year.
Yes.
So I say get Watson up on out of there because now he's making $35 a year guaranteed. It's a cheap contract now. Get Watson out of there. Put all your chips on the table with Shedeur. You got, 2 top 10 picks? Get you the best offensive lineman and the best receiver on the board. You're going to have to let Jerry Jeudy go. And come on, let's do this.
But do you let Jerry Jeudy go? Because right now he's starting to be Shedeur's safety blanket, man. He's starting to be his.
Man, that's because he's trying to get them contract incentives.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they seem to be simpatico, man. So do we do that, or do we do something different? Because right now you don't want because next year will still practically be, for all purposes, his first year starting if they give it to him without any craziness. So you wouldn't want a first, second year quarterback with a rookie receiver, because everybody knows that usually take a receiver 2 years to kind of get orientated to the NFL. So,
well, whether or not you keep Jeudy or not, I would say still receiver, offensive lineman, start working them in, because this year Fannin became his safety blanket, and I think that offense could be good. Judkins, hell of a running back. It's unfortunate he broke his leg. That's because he had to pretty much carry the team. And then defensively, everybody's just getting a scheme towards Myles Garrett.
Right.
Everybody else got to be able to step up. You're going to have to get a rusher on the other side. Graham played good at the defensive tackle spot this year. The Browns defense really wasn't that bad.
No.
They were definitely better than Baltimore Ravens.
No, they wasn't.
But You have a quarterback, but it's going to start with that GM and owner sitting down. You're going to have to make a decision on number one, your head coach and your coordinators. Number two, quarterback. What you have Dylan Gabriel, Deshaun Watson, and you have um uh Shador Sanders. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. You can only keep one. You can only keep one because you're gonna have to full-fledged invest in that one player. What's the old mantra? Nick Saban. You got You got two good quarterbacks in your quarterback room. You don't have a starter.
True.
You know what I mean?
So now, would you be? And this is how I would. This is what I'm looking at. This is kind of what I would do. I would let go Watson, and I'd have to also let go of Dylan Gabriel, and keep Shador, and then I would get a career backup. Get him a career backup, someone to help mentor him. Who knows? Okay, he's not challenging you for the starting position. He's just somebody that you can talk to ask you, hey, what are you seeing on that play? Come just like Marcus Mariota, man. He is the perfect backup for Jaden Daniels. I mean, he is, and he would be a fool to try to go somewhere and start. Which to be honest, he fits into what we do there. So that's what I would want to see, something like that. But I just know Stefanski, this is just me, and I don't want to cause anybody a job, but at the end of the day, I just know that marriage is not going to work because deep down inside, I just know Shador would be thinking, hey, this guy did not believe in me. And you got to have a quarterback whisperer, man. You got to have, when you got a young quarterback, bro, you gotta have a quarterback whisperer, man. You gotta have somebody to make him feel good about himself and whatever. And I just know that that's not there in their relationship. So something has to change.
Agreed.
So now I want to ask you a question because the Browns did you guys a solid. They did. They did. Because a lot of people don't know, man. Sometimes we're texting each other back and forth, and and I was like, ooh, because it was getting interesting, and I'm like, bruh, are y'all gonna still lie? Now let me bring up one name, and you tell me your thoughts. DK Metcalf.
Man, I'm gonna say this. I don't know what was said. However, DK Metcalf, you shouldn't have done that. And the bad part about it is you're gonna pay the price because they suspended you the last two games. They could potentially void your contract, which is $45 million, and all these lawsuits. Now, the person who did it, the other person, the fan, number one, you found out that fat meat ain't greasy. That fat meat greasy because this ain't no game. A lot of players don't care. Like, you can get whooped. But I do know they're going to sue the mess out of everybody. And they came out with that statement. I said, oh, here goes slip and fall lawyers. But the NFL is going to go to the fullest extent of this because I know how this is going to go. I'm just praying. I want to know exactly what's going on. But, DK Metcalf, let this be a big lesson to you. I don't think DK Metcalf is a bad person at all. It's just an unfortunate situation. His emotions got the best of him. And I'm going to leave it at that. But I also want to know, where's the security on the sideline or anything? Because normally they're supposed to keep players from doing that. You know what I mean? Like, isn't somebody supposed to stop you? Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right. Well, here's my 2 cents. And on this show, everybody's opinion is their opinion. And I've been having now a lot of people don't understand my background before it was counseling, it was law enforcement. And the law enforcement officer in me says when it happened, I said to myself, that's assault. And people say, wait, what? I said, you understand,
Mm-hmm.
assault don't have to be knockdown, drag out. If I hit you, you don't hit me back, it's assault. Now, I can call you whatever I want to call you, okay? You offended, I can call you whatever I want to call you. Fine, but you can't punch me. Regardless, that's the first thing we're gonna ask you. Did even with the domestic incident, first thing we want to know: did anybody put hands on anybody? Because you can call people what you ever want. Now, here's my thing, and people say, "Well, man, he is going to sue DK Metcalf." Just like now, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I doubt seriously if anybody's threatening his family. I think that's part of legal maneuvering, to build up that case for mental anguish and all that. To say, oh, because of what DK did, it caused a threat on his life, whatever. I think that's theatrics, but that's my opinion on that. But here's my thing, and I know attorneys, they go for the deepest pockets. And the deepest pocket is not DK Metcalf. The deepest pockets is the NFL, and I love the NFL because I use their product on this show, but I just know the NFL is the deepest pockets. Then after the NFL, then you're looking at the Lions organization, because now it gets to be what you said, a security deal. Then you wanted to turn around and take some legal action against DK, because remember, DK is an employee of the NFL, and there's an old saying, protect the shield. So, and on this show, we don't really talk racial stuff, but in this case, you cannot separate the two. And I'm saying that because with all the equipment, as you can see, whenever a football hits the goalpost, you hear that sound. Okay, so that entire area, bro, is mic'd. You see what I'm saying? It's mic'd. Everything is mic'd.
Mm-hmm.
Now they can come back just like if that's like me doing this show here. I can come back when I'm editing. I can pinpoint a specific sound and bring and isolate that sound, whatever. They can do that easily, and I guarantee you the NFL did it. They wanted to know, did this man call DK a racial slur? And you had fans surrounding him. Just like if I'm going to go up and talk to a professional athlete, you can't tell me everybody around ain't listening. Okay? They are. Because they want to know, hey, DK's coming up to him. So if something like that would have been said, it would have came out much earlier. You see, it would have came out, hey, the fan called him this, DK lost it, and then he did what he did. But the only problem is that it's starting to look like the boy who called Wolf. I don't know.
Yeah.
After the incident, someone might have gotten and say, "Dude, you got to come up with some story. You got to come up with some reason to justify you losing it." And I think dude basically baited him. He did. He baited him, but that's not against the law. Because as athletes, you've been called God knows what by coaches, by whatever fans. They call you some everything. You got to develop a turtle shell to that kind of stuff. Now, there's a lot that was going on. Nobody can get in DK's head to know what was going on at that moment. But at the end of the day, you have to protect your money. Yet you're a professional athlete. You gotta say, okay. Now, of course, they're saying, well, he had reported that particular fan earlier, and if that's the case, why would you go over there to a fan that's causing you problems? Make it make sense to me.
I agree.
Make it make sense. If I know this particular guy has been causing problems, I've reported him, why would I go over and confront him? Why would I walk over there without teammates? It's like, dude, what are you doing? Now, he's a young guy, and I would chalk it off to bad decision. I don't think they're gonna void his money, but I guarantee you, if you guys beat the Steelers next week, because DK is not gonna be there is gonna be some issues, because that's gonna be one of those deals where the Steeler fans are not gonna forgive him for that. They're gonna hold that against him. It's like, because if you look at today's game, it made a big difference because that was one option that the Steelers did not have. They could not. They did, because normally DK is going to be involved in the game. And as I was saying, bro, you can't do anything that's gonna hurt your team. You're not a one man. It's not a one man. Even your quarterback got to have players. He can't go out and beat you by himself. He got to have offensive line. He got to have the defense. Got to be playing. Running back got to block because that's what I was saying. I don't care how good you are as a running back. If you can't pick up those linebackers coming to kill your quarterback, you won't be out there. So, it was just bad decision on his part. Only problem is that the fan is going to make the best of a bad opportunity. He is now who I think will write him a check first. I'm thinking the NFL will probably just settle this stuff quick. Hey, on one of those settlements where he can't talk about what they're giving him, da 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 da, and then I think they'll deal with DK on the side, and it'll just look like I don't know suspension plus a big old fine and whatever. But I guarantee you somebody's gonna write that dude a big fat check because league policy, and then league does have policy when it comes to the relationship between fans and the athletes. Now, if the fan goes out on the field, DK could tear his head off, and you know what I'm saying? He can. But when you go up, when you go up in, in the stands, and I don't want it to ever be to where the athletes can't interact with the fans because I don't want them to stop the Lambeau Leap and all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. But it's like, wow. Because I guarantee there are some changes that are going to come about based on this this particular incident, brother. Just saying, man.
Tough, man.
Just saying. Well, hey, brother, you guys are alive and kicking, baby. Y'all are alive and kicking, and I can't wait. I can't wait till you guys in the Steelers because it's one of those winner go home matches. In fact, that's what it is. Everything fell the way you guys wanted it, and so now my question to you is: Lamar gonna play next week?
He got to, man. It's do or die.
Is he gonna play next week? Man, I'm gonna be there. But my brother, I got another caller trying to get in here, and I got a feeling it's your old arch enemy, my old boy Glenn. Hey,
man, appreciate it, man. Hey, look, man. Shout out to Shador, man. Shout out to the Ravens, Derrick Henry. Hey, next week the best rivalry in the NFL. It is do or die time. Let's see it, baby.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Sports therapy.
What's going on, brother?
my homeboy Glenn. Let me get the cussing bell ready for you, baby, because I want to know. I want to hear from your perspective because you guys dropped the ball today, brother. Y'all dropped the ball. What say ye?
Man, yeah, hey, I'm gonna tell you this here, man. I think they got this shit set up for this bullshit like this here. It don't make no difference who wins. They put down Pittsburgh and Baltimore anyway. Both of them ain't nothing but a one-hit wonder, man, this year. They ain't gonna do shit. They just taking up somebody else's damn space. They could have let Indianapolis took their place. They should have let the damn coach come in there and took their damn place off. Pittsburgh is down, so drop the ball today. And if they come back and don't make the playoffs, man, everything fall on DJ Metcalf, man. But they sure could have used him today, man.
Man.
Aaron Rodgers showing his age a little bit, You got to throw the ball for a while, then next 2 or 3 series, hell, he ain't hitting no shit. I wish we go. I'm gonna tell you who I want as a quarterback this year, but I know they ain't gonna sign him though. I wish we could go up to that boy from Green Bay.
Which one?
The Willis boy.
Oh yeah.
Willis, the backup quarterback.
Yes, because I think.
Yes, I wish we could get him.
And he's showing that he has some value.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had their chance, man. I don't see them making it, man. I just don't see them. They don't make no kind of adjustments. They don't make no kind of adjustments when it comes to man, because man, I don't know why they don't run the ball. This shit ain't got no damn passing game.
Did
Hell,
you
they were doing pretty good running the ball.
did you see that last those last plays that you guys ran, and it made no sense whatsoever to me? It's like run the ball, brother. And
That's what I'm saying, man. It don't make no. Man, I don't understand. I just don't understand it, man. Man, if we don't make it, man. I'm gonna fault the coaching staff, but I'm gonna fault DJ Metcalf more than anything because man, he been in the league long enough to know better than what the shit he pulled last week. I don't care how nobody say make no excuse about the dude. The guy said something racial or whatever he said. That still don't give you. You know everything is on the line. The last 2 weeks, you know what y'all are trying to accomplish, and you go out and make a bonehead play like that. It ain't no excuse, man.
oh, I agree. In fact, I was going back and forth with one of my homeboys who I've been knowing for a good while. We would just have a conversation going back and forth on Facebook about the situation, and of course, and I said exactly how everybody else is the people that I know been seeing it, and I said, look, when you are a athlete, a professional athlete, especially coming up the way these guys been coming up, um, you've heard worse. Coaches have called you worse. They may not call you racial stuff, but fans of all them stadiums that you played in, I guarantee you, fans have called you some of everything. Okay, and
Yes, man.
yeah,
And he know that, man. There's some guys. That's right, man. You know that, man. And man, I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. They might look at it different than what I look at it, just opinion. Man, I hope and pray his mother and father are living. But man, if they living, what the hell wrong with them? For them to sit there and let that guy, they should have talked to him about this before he went to the league, man. I know they take classes on all that before you get to the league. The rookies do. Man, that's an excuse, but it's just not no excuse for that, man. For
well,
what he did, it just ain't no. It's just not an excuse. There ain't nothing you could say to make him, because he knew everything on the line, man. He let his team down. I don't care how they look at it. If they don't make the playoffs, everything's fall on him, man. And if it were me, I heard today that they weren't gonna take his contract.
no, they're not.
They go, yeah. But man, you make a bonehead play like this, man. I'm down there, but I don't give a damn how good you are. I'm ready to let you go.
Well,
Shit, I'm ready to make a trade to find, because you can find plenty of receivers out here in the NFL.
oh, I agree, and I was telling Brandon, I said this, and because the guy that he had the incident with, he had a press conference Friday, and the guy mentioned about people making threats against him, and for the so-called racial slur that was said. And I was telling people, I said, bro, that's just lawyer stuff, man. That's just willing, that's what lawyers do, bro. They bring you in front of the cameras and say, hey, this is what's going on, because they're building the case, and they're not just building the case against DK, because DK case built itself. Hey, they got you on camera. What can you argue with? You on camera, ain't nothing you can do, because unless that dude,
no, you can do. They got you on camera.
Unless that dude came on the field. Go ahead.
That's right. He didn't come on the field.
No, you got no leg to stand on. I don't care what he called you, because
yeah. And I'm like what you said last week, man. The thing you brought up last week, you made a good point. Why in the hell did you walk over there for?
Well, why did you go over there?
Why in the hell did you walk over there for, man?
And especially if you're saying that you have a previous past history of having conflict with this particular fan, why would you go up to him?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you said that you reported it to NFL security or whatever, okay? So when you see this fan, aren't you going to do the opposite? I'm like, okay, I'm not finna, and I'm playing football. Why is your mind on this fan when it should be on the business of football? I'm not trying to. Huh?
Yeah, I'm like you, man. That's right, man. Yeah, it just is. I mean, don't get me wrong. People make mistakes in life. We all,
Yes.
but that's what he did is inexcusable, man, because he know better. And man, another thing I say this here, man. We all, most of all of us, we don't supposed to talk about race, religion, and all that, but hell, all of us come from a poor, low class income type of family coming up, man.
Yes.
Special, and if you get blessed and got some success like that,
And that's
that's not no. You should be walking. You should have common sense. Say, hey, let me stay out of this. I ain't messed up about what this guy say. If I wanted that guy that bad, hell, I'd have paid somebody to go up there and whoop his ass.
I'm never gonna see this guy again. He has no impact on my life because I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. He don't write my check. Why does what this guy say? Why does it matter? And then people say, well, he's young, but at some point we got to stop saying that people are too young to be responsible. Now, when you're a minor, I'll give it to you if you're a rookie. Okay, if he had been a rookie, I can see him losing it because you're a rookie. You got so much going on. But DK been in the league a minute, bro. Remember, he was with Seattle. Okay,
He's been in the league for 7 years.
Yes, he's a seasoned veteran. If anything,
that's what I'm talking about.
DK should be one of the leaders of y'all team. So so that means
you might have well kept. Yes, you might have well kept George Pickens. If you go out there and get a knucklehead man like that there and bring him over there and then he pulls some shit like that, what he did, you might well kept George Pickens and put up with him. At least he did. George Pickens was right over there and got 11 or 12 on your yard, even though they ain't want for shit. But hell, he did go over there and produce. But I can't talk bad about the Cowboys this week. Even though I still can't stand their ass. I'm not gonna say nothing bad. They bought me $600 Christmas Day, so I want to give a shout out to the sorry motherfuckers. Hey, but I want to throw you a stat, man.
Okay.
I want to throw you a stat before you say. Since 2009, don't you know every team in the NFC been to the NFC Championship game except for one team?
I know. The Cowboys has been a while. It's gonna be a while.
30 years ago, hell, we spent 30 years ago. I wish I could go back 30 years ago.
There are some Cowboy fans right now who don't even remember, have no recollection whatsoever of those. No, because this was like in the 90s, early 90s.
Yeah. Weren't even born.
No, they wasn't born.
Wasn't even born. But they still, they still act like this. And I hate to say it, man, but I'm still a fan, die hard, still a fan. That's why I don't get too high with them, because we haven't did shit in the last 15 years. So how can I say, that's still my team, and I talk and I brag on them. But hell, we haven't did nothing but went 8-8. 8-8, 9-7. Shit, we haven't really accomplished anything.
So now,
sometimes I think changes is better, man.
But now let me ask you a question, because you remember we talked about this last week. Because you remember the Bears, when they ran off Lovie Smith, it took a long.
That's right.
Because sometimes we take just winning, just being a good team. Sometimes we take that for granted, because yes, we want to make that next step. We want to be fighting for a conference championship. We want to be trying to get to the Super Bowl. But it takes a lot to have a team that's just good, and you can maintain that. That means your organization is doing something well. They drafting well. Now, I'll tell you what set, and to me, what set the Steelers back was the fact that Big Ben stayed a little bit longer than he should have, brother.
Big Ben stuck around too long. That set him back, man.
Yep.
And that took them to the. People don't talk about that or say nothing about it. But Ben's supposed to be gone 2 or 3 years before he left. Because he set them back. They hurt today because of him. Yeah. They can't even go out and find a decent ass quarterback.
Yeah.
Or I don't understand why we can't. You look at the Ravens. You take away Lamar Jackson, Hell, they ain't that bad of shape with Lamar Hunter, that bag of quarterback they got.
Man, he proved that hey, they can win without Lamar.
And I'm gonna tell you this too. Yes, and I'm gonna say this too. I'm gonna go on the record saying this. I hadn't heard this from anybody or nothing like that. But I wouldn't be surprised at all. Things heat up about trying to trade Lamar Jackson.
Well, I'm glad you said that because there is some talk out there that that the Ravens may be listening to. They may be open. They may be open to a possible trade of Lamar to the Jets. Now that's just something that because they're looking at the fact that you know he gets hurt a lot, but that's just how he plays. And now, but because as players get older, especially dual threat quarterbacks, their body just can't take the continuous wear and tear. That's why they got to learn a little bit how to throw from the pocket and whatever. Because if you and I've always said this, if you feature your quarterback primarily as your runner, he ain't gonna last that long. Cause sooner or later he's gonna get popped.
No.
Or
And I'm going to come out. I know your first caller called it before me. He's a diehard Ravens fan, just like I am. But I would say that he's trying to disagree with me. But Lamar Jackson don't make them guys on their team. He don't make them better. You know, you look at he don't really make either he don't make them better or they don't call the offensive plays. Baltimore got talent. The Ravens one of the most talented teams in football, man. Offensive and defensive.
well,
And for them, yeah. You look at last night. It took them all season.
they got some guys.
No, it took them all season to get Derrick Henry the ball 36 times.
Yeah,
That man should be taking the ball 20, 25 times every game.
every game. And sometimes even I question that, like, okay, you got Derrick Henry. Why this man hadn't touched the ball but 9 times? And it's like, okay, why don't you feature him, let him run more, and then you can start running Lamar, not too much, but it's almost like the offensive coordinator don't really know, how to use those guys together. It's like, come on, man, you're right. They got some offensive weapons, man. They got Flowers, they got the tight end. They got Now there are some who said that the Ravens have gotten away from their identity. There's some who said if you think about that when they got Lamar Jackson, they went away from what the Ravens used to be and it made sense because somebody was telling me and said, hey, look, man, when it comes to the Ravens, they were a defensive team first. When you talk about Suggs and then Ray Lewis and then all those guys that they had, the Ravens was known for defense first. And over the last, if you go back and look at the draft that they the draft picks in the previous years, it's always been offensive guys. And that was talk about, okay, we got Lamar Jackson, we got to give him some toys. Let's get him a receiver. Let's get him a tailback. Let's get him whatever. But if you think about it, the Ravens have always won with the defense and pretty much a bus driver quarterback. a bus driver quarterback.
Yeah.
But
that's right. Exactly. Because you think, hey, how long has Lamar Jackson been in the league? He's been in the league about 8 or 9 years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I would say
about 6.
About 8 years.
Yeah.
Man, that's inexcusable for a guy like him to not to win but 3 playoff games, man.
Well, but
inexcusable.
But you know what I tell people? Once you become a good team and you got everything in place, when you get your defense in place, when you get your offense in place, when you get your running back, your quarterback, your offensive coordinator, your head coach, your fan, once you get all that in place, you have a 3 to 4 year window to win a Super Bowl. Doesn't mean that anybody's going to give you one because there's going to be some other teams also got the same situation you in. But you get 3 to 4 years, then after that, it's hard to hold all that stuff together, man. You know, the offensive line started to get older. And you got to start paying players down because you don't have your quarterback on that rookie contract anymore. So then, because then you get guys just get tired of hearing the same coach's voice in their ears all the time. Then people start to have outside interests, getting into knucklehead, bonehead stuff like DK. You get all that stuff come into there, man. When you have a good team, you get now Kansas. The Chiefs took advantage of that. They won the Super Bowl that they should have won when they were in that championship window. The Bills haven't. 49ers haven't. So for those teams, brother, this is it. And I throw the Ravens in there too. If they don't get it done, that window is starting to close because some of those other younger teams, like the Panthers, Seattle, the Colts, those teams are starting to get good, and they're starting to challenge them for those positions. Now, another team, if they took advantage of their window and they won a couple Super Bowls, and that's the Eagles. Now, but like I said, you're not gonna stay good forever, but you got to get it done.
I tell you one thing, man. I was looking, man. I tell you what, I believe the Saints might have found them a quarterback, man.
Oh shucks, now.
Yeah.
But
that dude is not no bad quarterback.
Man. He's not. The defense is starting to come around. The Saints this been like a rebuilding year for them, and they should have a lot of draft picks coming up. And see what people don't understand when it comes to the NFL and the draft, it's what you do in those second and third rounds, which would determine how good your team. Now the Eagles, they seem to have it better than anybody, brother.
Hey, sure. Hey, I tell you what, man. I looked at them today with Buffalo, and man, if that defense played like they played today, man, I don't care who. It's gonna be a hard out, man.
Hard out.
Cause I tell you what, that guy named Jalen Carter, man, he is a beast, man. He's the best defensive. Him and Myles Garrett.
With his little too small shoulder pads on. Like, man, you see a little shoulder pad. Like, man, get you some shoulder pads, man. But hell,
He don't even need shoulder pads.
No.
He don't even need shoulder pads.
Look like he got some motorcycle shoulder pads, man. But he's a baller though, brother. He's a baller. He's a baller. I'm not gonna take that away from him.
That defense is solid. But right now, I say if you get the MVP right now, I know they're gonna get to Matthew Stafford. But man, I think that boy from New England deserves that MVP this year.
The young quarterback that they got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's playing some good football, man.
Yeah, he plays some great football.
And see, that's another young team. That's another young team that started to push their way and break through.
Sure is, man. They're gonna be hard. They're gonna be hard to beat, man. But I tell you what, man. I thought the AFC was gonna be the toughest conference, but man, that NFC is loaded, man.
Yep. But
yes, they is loaded.
But I tell you what, if everybody ain't careful, the other team in Texas that might be hoisting that Super Bowl. It ain't the Cowboys.
Man, that's who I picked. That's who I picked to go to the Super Bowl.
The Titans?
No, the Texans.
Yeah, the Texans. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, man, they got a big time. They have a big time defense, man.
Yes.
That defense reminds me of the Baltimore Ravens back in the early 2000s.
Yes.
Man, I'm talking about they is man, them and the Eagles got the best two defenses in Seattle. Mm-hmm. They got the best defense in football.
And the Seattle Seahawks they're not weak anywhere.
No. They solid, man. They solid. And man, I'm telling you, that whole NFC as a whole this year, the whole NFC, if you take away the Giants, your team got hurt. But hell, it's not really just no real bad team in that NFC.
Well,
at all this year.
well, here's what
You know, the Cowboys and the Giants about the two worst teams in the NFC.
here's what we did wrong. Here's what we did wrong when it comes to the Commanders, Redskins. What we did wrong was we had we struck gold last year, and we thought we were better than we were, and so what we did, instead of building on that young team that we had and getting more younger guys, we they decided, okay, well, hey, we were close to going to the Super Bowl, so let's bring in a bunch of veteran players, a bunch of veteran guys, and try to make the Super Bowl run instead of realize, okay, hey, let's build off the young guys that we got coming up. So we went and got picked up. Now some of the guys we picked up were great because I'm giving all kinds of praise for Debo. We picked up Debo, Frankie Louvu, that was a good pick. But some of the guys, age is starting to show, and because football is a young man's sport. You know, Zach Ertz, he got hurt because a lot of injuries had to do with being, as you start to get older, man. That's when you start to get, and so I think we got a lot of money. Hopefully, we'll spend money wisely. Now, one thing I like about the guys who are in charge of our team now, because they bring in that 49er model, which is and then they build a team similar to the 49er. So I expect them to get a bunch of young guys in the draft, get some young ones from the league, and just kind of build from there. But you cannot win the Super Bowl going getting a bunch of old players, man. You can't do that in the NFL. You can't do that in the NBA. You can't do that in hockey. You can't do it in baseball. You can't do it, brother. I mean, it don't work. You remember when the Lakers went and got all them old guys? And everybody, because at some point we start to look at names and be like, oh man, he got so and so, but like, hey, so and so ain't who we used to be. You just looking at a name.
I ain't one for damn. Just like us, just like our team, is still a defense. We ain't one for shit. Then we gotta face that big mad ass Derrick Henry Sunday. That stuff is running like a wild damn bull. Yeah, that stuff might run over me on the TV. Goddamn, I'm not scared to watch the game Sunday. Scared motherfucker might knock me down from me. Because he's going to run over our ass, Sunday. Man, they don't tackle no better than what they do.
Man, I saw him.
But, man, before you get off this, I want to say congratulations to Shedeur Sanders. Yes. Cleveland got them a quarterback, man.
They need to get rid of their head coach, though. And I'm not calling, well, I just don't see them two. Don't see them two existing together, man, because he didn't believe in the young man.
You know who I want? Yeah, hey, I'm big, and now you know who I want as a quarterback?
Who?
I want the Malik Willis boy from Green Bay. Or, you know who I would like to have take a chance on? Hell, he can't be no worse than what we had in the last 5 years.
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
You know what?
Deshaun Watson.
You know what? I think that would be a good, because I think, once he done got his mind right and got his shoulders fixed and all that and whatever, I think he's going to be a good steal for somebody, maybe the Eagles. Not the Eagles, I'm sorry, maybe the Jets. You guys, if y'all, now my point with the Steelers is that y'all can't fall in love with this 40-year-old quarterback because you can't promise that you're gonna get the same year out of Jolly Rogers as y'all got this year. So y'all definitely gonna have to go find a quarterback, man.
Hey man, don't you know Jolly Rogers played 3 games against Deion Sanders?
Yes. Yes.
And now he got his ass kicked by his son.
Yeah, Jolly Rogers.
I know he's doing good and he carried us a long way. This year, and I appreciate it. But he needs to set his old ass down, man.
Yeah, on that note, homeboy Glenn.
Him and Phil River, all of them, set their ass down.
On that note, homeboy Glenn, it's time to go, bro.
Still good.
All right, it is time to bring this show to an end. I'd like to thank my homeboy Glenn from the great state for calling in. I'd like to thank my homeboy Brandon Cooper for D1 Ignorant University. Next week, my two best guests, they gotta go head to head when them Steelers take on the Ravens. Ooh, man, it is gonna be, as they say in wrestling, an old-fashioned slobber knocker. But I'd like to thank you, the fans, and all my listening audience from the great state, from the Metroplex. Happy New Year, and we will see you next week. Oh, before I go, on the yard, stay golden, baby. Stay true to the self. To thy own self be true. And Jay and Grand Prairie, we miss you. Who that nation won again? Who that say they gonna beat them their Saints? Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week.